Hi guys, my name is Whitney and I wanted to share a little bit with you about my story. I was born and raised in Iowa, an athlete my entire life, playing all the sports that was available to us. Sports was very important. My dad actually moved us to where we moved because of the sports. So that was something that as a family was very important. We took very seriously and it kept me very active. It kept me in shape. Um, and I was never one that had to worry about or care about what I ate or how I was taking care of myself. At probably around 16 was the first time that I got my first migraine, and it was absolutely brutal. And slowly but surely over the next couple of years, my migraines kept getting worse. They kept progressing more and more. I had a couple other health issues that had came up, such as cysts that kept coming back on my ovaries that were rupturing, and I had some irregular test results come back that I had to have treatment for right around the age of 18. And then after I graduated, I moved across the country and I was in a new relationship, which usually helps you when you want to get in shape and do things. But I also had just moved away from family for the first time. And my way of coping with that was cooking and baking and eating everything that I cooked and baked. And slowly but surely the weight crept on. I have never been overweight, but for me, I'm kind of short in my body frame, and the weight that I put on just wasn't healthy for me. And I really struggled with how to lose that weight. And of course, at that point, I was doing all of the methods that I should not have done, as far as skipping meals or overtraining or trying weight loss pills and stuff like that that were just terrible for me. And if you fast forward a couple years, we had moved a couple times and I got pregnant with my first son at 21. And my pregnancy actually was what I felt was a fairly smooth pregnancy. I was at a pretty decent weight and happy with myself when I got pregnant with my son. And I ended up delivering almost 6 weeks early. I ended up an emergency C-section. And after baby number one, nursing really just worked for me. I lost a ton of weight, almost too much weight. I got down to probably about 104 pounds, and no matter what I was eating, I could not gain weight. So needless to say, I was eating anything and everything that I could to try to keep my weight up and keep up my milk supply. And at 1 year, I found out I was pregnant again. So then I went right back into pregnancy, which the only activity I was doing at that point was chasing around my 1-year-old, which that's a lot of work, but I was doing nothing else aside from that. And I was continuing my trend of eating whatever I could get my hands on. I gained 20 pounds with my first pregnancy. Second one, last time I looked, I was at about 37 pounds. That was the last time I weighed myself. And I had a couple months left to go at that point. And so needless to say, I had another C-section, and the weight after baby number two did not go anywhere. Kind of just hung around. And at that point, I was still living in Oregon, which, if you all know, 6 to 9 months out of the year, it was hard to get out and about. And I'm not a runner, so I wasn't somebody who enjoyed going out in the weather and running. And I had 2 kids and no family that lived around us. So I really used a lot of that as excuses, and some of it was really just hard for me to do. And I started looking around and I started getting really sick. I started getting spells where things were going black and fuzzy. I was getting really shaky, very weak. I had absolutely zero energy. And mentally, I struggled with that more than anything, because coming from an athlete who, from sun up to sundown, I was active my entire life up until we moved, and now all of a sudden I've had 2 major surgeries, I've had 2 babies, and I had absolutely zero energy, and I did not know how to take back or get back to my former self. And so I let that discourage me for a really long time. And that sickness kept coming on, the no energy, the migraines were just getting progressively worse and worse, to the point that I had 3 prescriptions just for my migraines. And after tons and tons of blood work and lots of doctor's appointments, I found out that I was borderline hypoglycemic, which is what was causing the zero energy, the blackout phases, and being dizzy and weak all the time. So I just kept getting prescriptions for that from the doctor until I think I was 24 when I went into a doctor's appointment, and I finally sought out a naturopath. And I kind of had a breakdown. I said, I'm 24. I'm so young. I have 2 little kids at home. I can't keep doing this every day. I can't let them see me take a prescription every single day just to function through the day. So my doctor actually recommended that I try Shakeology. And I told him, no way, I'm not a shake person. I don't want anything for weight loss. I don't want any of that kind of stuff. And he said, prescription, Shakeology, it's your choice. So I went home and I researched it, and saw a lot of great testimonies, but I also was really hindered by the fact of I didn't want to take a shake. I wasn't looking at it for the value that was in it, but I decided to go ahead and give it a shot. And so I ordered from a girl I actually just found on Facebook, because when you Google something, it starts showing up in your Facebook newsfeed. And I clicked through her before and afters, and I saw, and I chatted with her, and I ended up ordering Shakeology. And she told me that, I just want to let you know, you can save 25% off of Shakeology by signing up to be a coach. And for me, that was like ding, 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 because I love to save money. I'm as frugal as they come. So I ordered it, and within the first week, I not only saw, but felt so different. I had so much energy, I didn't know what to do with myself. And it was amazing to me, but I didn't want to give it too much credit at that point. So about 2-3 weeks later, when I went back into the doctor's appointment, he asked me if I needed to refill my prescription for my migraines, and that was when it dawned on me, and I said, oh my gosh, I don't need them. I have not taken one single prescription for my migraines. And after years, from 16 to 24, that's that many years of taking prescriptions too often, that was a huge moment for me. I started pushing play on Insanity, which was really, really, really hard, but I was dying to get back to that inner athlete. And I quit probably 3 times because it was really hard until that coach, I finally told her I was trying Insanity, and she plugged me into my first challenge group. That challenge group really blew my mind. I not only stuck to that program, but I met some really amazing people, one of them especially who is one of my closest friends today, and I got amazing results from Insanity. And I thought to myself, I did this all from home. It was really, really hard, but with Shakeology helping me with my migraines and doing this program, getting me back in shape, I then had to take a really deep, hard look at my nutrition, and we switched over to clean eating. We divulged into whole foods and stopped eating processed foods. And I still live about an 80-20, 80% clean, 20%. I enjoy my food and the treats that I've loved before, but I really keep it intact, and it has made a world of difference. I knew at that point that coaching for me, there had to be been other women out there who was struggling like I was, who were, former athletes, or even women who were overweight, or women who suffered from migraines, or young moms, whatever it may be. I was at home. I didn't have anybody to go to. I didn't know who to go to. I didn't know what to do, and I really kind of took the reins on myself. But once I got plugged into the accountability group, that really showed me there are other people out there, and that I could do the same thing and help other people improve on their life, because I've been there before and I understand where they're coming from. So that started my coaching journey, which is now 2 years, a little like 2 years and 2 months into coaching, and it has absolutely 100% changed my life. From going from a full-time real estate broker, working 60 plus hours a week, always sacrificing time with my family, to being at home with my kids now, replaced my income, and just being healthy, and knowing that there's opportunity for me to continue to grow and to help others. So thank you for joining us in this group.